Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Big day tomorrow, my friends. We are going to hear from the Fed on what they will be doing with interest rates. And I want to talk about the short-term and long-term impact that will have on the crypto market, as well as the stock market, because we've seen high correlation between the two. How does this all fit within the Bitcoin bottoming and retracement plus alt season? So I want to break that down for you. We have big news that Charles Schwab wants to launch a crypto spot ETF. Russia is backtracking on the crypto ban. Like I said last week, guys, this was some posturing, I believe. The finance minister has come out and said, let's regulate it. There's huge crypto payments adoption news in Thailand that I want to share with you. And the head of YouTube gaming just left to go work at Polygon Matic. The mass exodus continues out of traditional tech and traditional finance into crypto. We also have huge updates around the SEC Ripple lawsuit. There's a new video from Clayton highlighting where he's saying, hey, Bill Hinman's speech, we believe is great guidance and yada, yada. So they're exposing themselves here. And then Ripple has made an announcement of their company's valuation. It has actually increased despite this lawsuit, which is very interesting. So I want to give you the numbers there. Now, before we get into it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Those of you listening on the podcast sites, please give me a 5-star rating. Thank you, much appreciated. This content is brought to you by Algorand, which is building the future of finance. Algorand is getting significant adoption. There's a lot of tokenization happening with CBDCs, NFTs, and much more. A lot of investments as well into Algorand. So if you'd like to learn more, please visit algorand.com. Now, if we look at the crypto market here, Bitcoin close to $37,000 once again. It's currently at $36,916. If we look at the weekly chart, we see a weak green candle forming here. And look, I said it, like I said in yesterday's video, I should say, I still think there's more to go in this correction. I still think Bitcoin will go down a bit more, maybe to 32,000. Certainly the bottom here is 30K. We don't want to break that because if we do, then we go into the 20s. I don't think that's going to happen though. I think there's a low probability of that, but hey, look, none of us know the future, right? But we can at least form our thesis with the data and facts. So we are certainly expecting Bitcoin to bottom out by the time February comes around, and then we find that support level there. Then we head into a retracement back upwards to between 55 to 58K, I think. We'll see where we get there. As I stated, my plan is to take some profits at that 50K and plus high mark. And if anything changes on that, I'll let you guys know. But obviously, we're not going to 100K, at least for at this moment. Some are saying, Bitcoin could rally later in the year after alt season, but history does not show that. But look, history is not repeating right now. It does rhyme, but it's not repeating right now. So we have to kind of go day by day to see what's happening because we are in new territory and we're seeing a high correlation between Bitcoin and the crypto market and the stock market. So tomorrow, Jerome Powell will let us know, are they raising interest rates? Because that will have an effect on the prices. Now, I believe that the Fed will raise rates, but very small increment. Nothing significant where it's going to affect asset prices. Now, the initial shock from that raise or that planned raise will send Bitcoin, I think, a bit downwards, and that will play into the narrative and the technical move here that this thing has to correct a bit more, build some support levels, I guess, off 30K, and then we move upwards for retracement. That's what I personally think. I could be absolutely wrong, right? But that's what I personally think based on the facts of how the price is moving, what we've heard Jerome Powell say, and inflation's happening, so they're trying to fix that problem. So I think they're going to raise it enough to address some of that issue, but they can't raise it much, guys, because they will destroy the economy if you understand what they've been doing, monetary policy, debt, and all the buying of bonds and asset securities and so forth. So that's what I personally think. And I think in February, Bitcoin starts moving a bit upwards. And in March, we actually start seeing a rally, a strong rally, and then an alt season. We shall see what happens. That's what I'm personally thinking. Let's hope we get at least some good news, nothing that is detrimental to the markets tomorrow. I don't think, look, we've seen how tied in the economy is with stocks right now, and crypto is growing, so you can throw that in there. If they let this fall too far down, it's going to be problems. They're going to have real big problems, larger than inflation. So you could certainly have a collapse of the system if you understand what they've been doing with quantitative easing on steroids. Now, let's move ahead. Nevertheless, guys, despite all that, crypto is getting adoption, it's growing. And that's why I always tell you guys to have a macro level view of the market, because look at this. Charles Schwab, a $7.5 trillion asset manager, is considering launching a crypto spot ETF. Of course they are. We just reported, guys, that BlackRock, they're starting their own crypto ETF. Everybody's going to throw their hat in the ring. And, sometimes I think about this. Is this why Gary Gensler hasn't approved a Bitcoin ETF? Because he wants his Wall Street buddies, the established guys, the incumbents to, get theirs approved first? Who knows? But, that scenario is not obviously outlandish. He's not known as retail Gary. He's known as Goldman Gary. So it wouldn't surprise me, guys. It would not surprise me at all. Look at this. Elon Musk jumping into the meme McDonald's crypto Twitter conversation that we reported on yesterday. He tweeted at McDonald's saying, "I will eat a Happy Meal on TV if McDonald's accepts Dogecoin." Elon is so bullish on Dogecoin, man. But we know he doesn't hold that much Dogecoin. He actually holds more Bitcoin and Ethereum. He's publicly said this. In addition, Tesla and SpaceX both have Bitcoin in their balance sheet, not Dogecoin. So just remember these things. Now, what's funny, Burger King replied to this saying, "Only a king knows what to do, what the coin do." So look, we got to have some fun, right? The market is not fun right now, but the prices at least are not fun, but we got to have some fun. Everybody's jumping in McDonald's, Elon, and so forth. All right, look at this. Russian finance ministry official calls for crypto regulation, not restriction. Russian finance ministry official Ivan Chespikov, if I'm saying that right, has opposed the proposed ban of cryptocurrency operations in Russia. Of course, like I said, guys, if you've been listening, what did I say? If they do this, they will destroy their economy. You may say, Tony, come on, that sounds like hyperbole. It's not. I'm not talking about it's going to be destroyed tomorrow or next month, but we've seen this, guys. This technology, any disruptive technology, if you don't adapt to it, if you don't embrace it and let it flourish and innovation to flourish, your country, your economy will tank because the jobs, the revenue, all these things will leave. So they're not going to ban crypto. This is all BS. I think it's just posturing by the central bank. Sometimes these guys, I look at the timing of these type of news items, and it was coming as Bitcoin's correcting, and it added more sell pressure. Sometimes I think there are whales who have political connections, and they just have people say things and put out a headline. And they know, look, as long as nothing's in writing as far as law, they can easily backtrack and do a 180. Look at India. I mean, look at Turkey. These people have come out and said bad things. I think Nigeria as well. And now they're on the other side. It's so easy for them to do that. But what happens is that they fool the retail crowd, the people who are not looking at news like this and reading the facts and looking at the charts and seeing what the big money and smart money are doing. They're following headlines from mainstream media. And once you understand, I'm not saying you can't read mainstream media or watch it, but you need to watch it through a filter. That a lot of it is BS. A lot of it is narratives controlled by people who are paying folks. We've seen hedge fund folks do this on CNBC. They go on there, they set a certain narrative, and they do the opposite. And they put a narrative out there that helps them to make money, whether they're going long or they're shorting, guys. Look it up. I'm not BSing you. That's why I always say, don't listen to Jim Cramer and CNBC Fast Money. Do your own research. That is so important. Let's move ahead here. So Thai authorities plan to regulate crypto as a means of payment. The Thai SEC has also proposed a set of guidelines to limit the use of digital assets for payments. So we're seeing a global adoption and regulation of crypto. Once again, not killing it, not banning it, even though, yeah, obviously this FUD from Russia, but everybody's on board here, guys, all the world's governments. You know, when I got into the market in 2016, I didn't hear stuff like this. There was a lot of negative news. Bitcoin and crypto are used for illegal activities. There's all kinds of this and that and yada, yada. Now it's like, oh, we're adopting it. Oh, we're building on it. Oh, we're regulating it. So Thailand's financial authorities plan to regulate the use of digital assets as a means of payment for goods and services. The Bank of Thailand, Ministry of Finance, and the Securities and Exchange Commission of Thailand said in a press release. Regulators will consider exercising their power to limit the use of crypto for payments and will issue new guidelines for certain digital assets that support financial system and innovation without posing systematic risk, according to a statement on Tuesday. Crypto firms have expanded their businesses to offer payment services using crypto and have solicited payments business by facilitating the acceptance of crypto, the joint statement said. These efforts may widen the use of crypto as a means of payment away from its use as an investment, which could adversely impact financial stability, consumer privacy, and cybercrime, according to the statement. So once again, not killing it, not banning it. They're allowing it to flourish. They're going to tax it. They're going to regulate it. Obviously, there needs to be some level of regulations because there can be scams in crypto. We've seen this. Now, that's true for any market, right? Scams have existed to when going back to the snake oil salesman or whatever else, right? That's just part of human nature and civilization. People do bad things. They'll take any new technology and use it for bad. That doesn't mean the entire asset class or the entire technology is bad. So you have to think holistically. Now, if you just read headlines and you just see, oh no, crypto, Bitcoin used for scams and malware and so forth, and you're not well versed or research or educated, you will fall for it and you will miss the boat. Once again, going back to don't just read headlines, don't just listen to the mainstream media, do your own research, go look at the facts, what is being filed, who's investing, how much money, these type of things that can be factually verified. So big news out of Thailand. And remember, you're going to see game theory. They make this move, watch Vietnam and the other countries, neighboring countries do the same. Competition will start heating up. Now, look at this. YouTube CEO says they will explore NFT integrations. This comes right after maybe a few days or a week of Facebook, Instagram, well, Facebook owns Instagram and Twitter, all talking about integration of NFTs. Game theory playing out right here, my friends. I love it. This is big. And here's what she had to say. We've always focused on expanding the YouTube ecosystem to help creators capitalize on emerging technologies, including things like NFTs. So it's just a matter of time, guys. All these platforms, everybody's going to adopt NFTs and crypto one way or the other. It's going to happen. There's no stopping this, guys. The genie's out the bottle. The train has left the station, and they can't stop it. So this is bullish, in my opinion. I know some of you who are not really into NFTs may say, well, how does this benefit crypto? Well, NFTs are a branch off of crypto. They run on blockchains, right? And the tokens that based on the networks they're on, the tokens are often used to transact as a currency for the NFTs. Look at Ethereum, right? And we see Solana and so forth. So all bullish news for the crypto market. Now, speaking of YouTube, Ryan Wyatt He is the head of gaming at YouTube. Well, he's resigning to join Polygon Studios. He said, I am fascinated by blockchain app development and beyond thrilled to enter the Web3 space. Like we've been talking about nonstop, guys, we're seeing a mass exodus of the traditional tech and financial world going into the crypto market. And Polygon, obviously the token known as Matic, is very big. They're building the scaling solution for Ethereum. So I have a little bit of Matic in my portfolio, nothing significant, but guys, this is all bullish news. This is what you want to see in an asset class that you're invested in, that it is growing. There's people entering the market from a labor perspective, from an investment perspective, from an adoption perspective. We're seeing all of these things happening. Pretty amazing what is taking place. And it makes me just even more bullish on the crypto market. Now, guys, I want to play something for you. So, shout out to, if I can, Nerd Nation Unbox on Twitter, who found this clip of Jay Clayton talking in September of 2018. And he's referring to Bill Hinman's speech, the Ethereum free pass speech. And he's saying, we, the SEC, we use this as blah, blah, blah. Now that we know the SEC is trying to distance themselves from this, saying, oh, you see, Bill Hinman, he was the drunk uncle. Don't listen to him. He's lost his marbles. We don't know what he was talking. That was his opinion. I think he was drunk when he wrote that speech. No. That's not going to happen. Maybe before the internet, they could have done this, but it's all out here. They're using this speech. They were treating it as gospel, and now they want to backtrack because they're about to get destroyed by Ripple in this lawsuit. So let me play the clip for you, what he had to say, and you just hear it directly from the horse's mouth. It's really amazing. These guys, Jay Clayton, Bill Hinman, and Gary Gensler are all pathetic liars. So let me play this for you.
What falls within the ambit of a securities offer and sale is a facts and circumstances analysis, where we use a principles-based framework that has served American companies and investors well for over 80 years. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website.
Bill Hinman just outlined the approach we take to determine if a digital asset is a security. And even furthermore, go read it on our website. Something interesting that I think Crypto Eddie, who has a YouTube channel, she found on the website, they usually put a copy of the speech. Well, guess what the SEC did? They edited it to make sure the "we" words were not there. Pathetic, slimy liars. I'm hoping that Gary Gensler and the SEC get their ass handed to them by Ripple. It doesn't matter if you like Ripple or you love them, or you hold XRP or you don't. If you hold Matic, if you hold Cardano, if you hold whatever other crypto, we need Ripple to win, because these guys will do anything to slow this crypto market down. Remember Goldman Gary, he's the bankster's puppet. He's going to try to slow this down so his incumbent buddies don't lose money. And this is what's happening, guys. We've covered it so many times, and you're just seeing all this evidence pop up, and it's like, wow, these guys are pretty brazen, and you know, they still go on TV and they still tell lies. It's pathetic. Now, on that note, Ripple says it now has a $15 billion market value after buying back all its outstanding private shares held by investors since being issued in December 2019. SEC's case is ongoing and obviously could impact the future sales of private stock XRP. So the valuation has been going up, which is surprising. But we know Ripple's business goes beyond just XRP. Obviously, XRP is a huge part of it, and they continue to build. The other aspect is they have clarity globally, in Japan, in different markets in Europe, in the Asian markets. So it's just the United States, there's this roadblock, right, because of this lawsuit. But everywhere else, they're growing in the Middle East. They're getting adoption and so forth. So the Ripple's just going to keep doing what they're doing. That's why they threaten that they're going to leave the United States, because look, they're getting business worldwide. Obviously, they would love to get business here in the largest capital market in the world, in the United States. But this is why we need the SEC to lose. And this will also give ammo to the rest of the crypto market to be able to fight off the SEC. We also need Congress to act to provide clear regulations. Now, the mergers, the acquisitions, the investments continue in the crypto market, which is very bullish. Startup raises $20 million to bridge crypto and wealth management. Eaglebrook Advisors raised $20 million in round led by Castle Island Ventures, Brewer Lane Ventures. So as I've been saying ad nauseum, if you're an entrepreneur, this is a great time to go look for that capital, an entrepreneur in crypto, of course, because you will most likely get some funds. And I'm trying to, think about what I can do. And there's a lot of capital coming in, guys. It's amazing what's taking place. Remember, these guys are not making these investments to lose their money. They want a return on their investment. In order to get a return on their investment, the market has to grow. The market has to get more adoption. In order to drive more adoption and more growth, you need higher prices. See how this all works, why this news is great. So Eaglebrook plans to expand to broker-dealer and wirehouse markets in 2022, the CEO says. Wealth management space has been completely underserved from a crypto product perspective, according to Castle Island Ventures partner Sean Judge. He said they're underserved. Guys, there's so much capital still waiting on the sidelines. There's still retirement funds and all kinds of sovereign wealth funds that are still not involved in crypto. But that money is coming. It's coming. It's going to be a combination of the on-ramps being built like this, as well as clarity, regulatory clarity as well. Finally, Jack Dorsey tweeted the following: hydro-powered Solo. He's showing a Solo Bitcoin mining unit, and he says it's hydro-powered. And he gave some statistics here. So it looks like he's working on some big stuff. I've said before, look, you may not agree with Jack on politics and certain things or whatever it may be, but I would not bet against this guy. He's smart. He's got a lot of money, and he's got a lot of ambition, guys. So he's going to get things done. Obviously, look at Twitter, look at Square, and he's now going full crypto, looking to build a lot of great things around Bitcoin. And, some may say, okay, he's a Bitcoin maximalist. I think maybe a little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say he's like a toxic Bitcoin maximalist, but he's a big believer in Bitcoin. And the more he builds for Bitcoin, the more it'll benefit the crypto market, guys. So very bullish on Jack and what he's working on. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I will talk to you all later.